Now we're going to add a bass track to our song. In order to do that, we'll go down to the lower left-hand corner and click on the plus sign. And we get the same screen again, which gives us our option of software instrument, real instrument, or electric guitar. We're going to stay on software instrument for a while. Click Create. You'll see a new track comes up that has grand piano. Now, we don't want a grand piano here, so we're going to go over to the right where we select instruments. And you can see where it says bass. We'll click on bass. Then it gives us an option of 7 or 8 different basses that we can pick from. We're going to pick upright jazz bass because we're playing jazz. We click on upright, and you'll see over here in the track name it now says upright jazz bass. And it sounds a whole lot like a bass. So we're going to record the track. We'll go down and hit the red record button, and we'll hear the 4 clicks again for our count off. Here we go. Well, that sounded pretty good. Now I think we need some drums, so we're going to add yet another track. Once again, we're going to stay with the software instrument. And of course it says grand piano, but we don't want that. We're going to go over here to where it says drum kits. Let's pick a jazz kit, since once again we are playing jazz. And you'll see that that has changed over here in the track. And we're going to start with the kick drum. Now these drum things have all kinds of different sounds in it. All you have to do is hit on the keys of your keyboard and find out. But the kick drum is almost always the low C at the end. And pretty much every one I've ever done, that's been the case. So let's try recording a kick drum part. Okay, that was a kick drum part. Let's add some cymbals. That means we need to add another track. We'll do the same thing that we've been doing. Go to Create. We'll go back to our drum kits. We'll put the same thing again, the jazz kit. I have already experimented, so I know where the cymbal sounds I want. The ride cymbal is an E flat, and the closed hi-hat is an F sharp. So we're going to ride on the ride cymbal, and we're going to use the closed hi-hat on the 2 and 4, which is traditional bebop swing style. Let's see what it sounds like. So we have added cymbals. Now let's add a snare drum. We'll do exactly the same thing. We'll add one more track. Create. Let's see, we're going to change that to jazz kit. And snare drum. And let's try it and see what it sounds like. Okay, so now we have a pretty good little track going here. Now that we've gotten all of that done, let's go back and change this dummy melody track to something more fun. Let's go back and click on grand piano. We'll go to woodwinds down here, and you'll see that we have a tenor sax. Let's pick that one. And let's just do away with that track. Let's just go up and cut the one that's there. We don't really need that anymore. And let's try a new one. saxophone might be a little bit on the loud side, so why don't we go up here to the track, and remember this track volume fader right here. We can lower it or raise it, whatever we want to do to it, but that only affects the saxophone track. And there we have a recording of Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, let's do one more little thing to this. Let's pan some of this and make it stereo. We've pretty much got everything right in the center of the track, so it's pretty much mono. Let's take the grand piano and move it way to the left, and take the bass, move it way over to the right. Let's leave the kick drum in the middle. We'll move the cymbal to the right just a little bit, about where the drummer would normally have it, and the snare drum to the left just a little bit where a right-handed drummer would do it, and we'll leave the sax in the middle for a minute. Let's see if that makes a difference to us. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, one last thing that we need to do is go back up to Control, and let's turn off the metronome and get rid of that click, and let's see what it sounds like now. And there's our first recording in GarageBand.